Let's start this thing, baby. Let's get it. Yo, what's good, gamers? What's good? My name is Dr. Ryan Terrell, Psych Sensei, and happy Friday, baby. We made it. And welcome to Kind Words, where we're going to write some nice letters, or at least check in with the drama that was yesterday's stack of letters. Oh my god, that was wild. And then the back-to-back other stack of letters, that was kind of intense. But if this is your first time, welcome. Please visit my website, psychsensei.com. If you want to work with me, fill out a free consultation form, and you and I can figure out what's kind of going on, where you want to go, and what are some steps to get there. Or if you just want to visit my website, psychsensei.com, you can grab all of the resources there. Ooh, I think this is so... It's so red. It's making me red. Okay, let's try to get 50% light. All right. Go away. So, visit my website, psychsensei.com, and there you can grab all of the resources from my LinkedIn, my TikTok, my Discord, my Twitter, all of it there on my website, psychsensei.com. Also, I'm going to be starting a blog soon, so there's going to be more information there on my website. So, visit there. But if you also want to write a letter to whoever, or you have interesting thoughts, or you need some support, put it down in my chat, and I can either write the letter for you, or we can answer your question right meow, or whatever. But let's just jump into some letters, shall we, on this Friday, and hopefully we can help some people, or talk about some people, or talk with some people. Well, let's see what we got, man. Let's see what we got. All right. View request. All right. This week has been rough. I got stood up on 2 different dates, and I had some really messy feelings about my X surface. I feel very unwanted right now. Yeah, that's super rough, man. Can you imagine? Like, I think it's so hard when you start dating and you get ghosted, or you go on these dates and they're not really fun, or you don't really feel connected to somebody else, and then the ex feelings come because you remember what it was. Now, remember what it was as in the good times, but not the bad times, you know? So, man, anyone else feel this way, where they get stood up? Or even maybe, what's worse? What's worse, you think? Getting stood up or getting ghosted after a good conversation? You know? One of those, they both feel really bad. Especially when you think you're just going in one direction or not, but then it doesn't come to be. Let's see what we got. Let's hit him with the, yeah, man. Yeah, it sounds rough. Understand why you might feel unwanted. And it sucks that the ex feelings come as we don't feel so great. What if, though, it's not a you thing? And what if these two people missed out on meeting someone like you? What if they were not ready to meet you and appreciate your what's the word I'm looking for? The word I'm looking for is awesomeness, but I don't want to be redundant, you know?
Let the glove go on, baby. Let the glove be free. I reach for you, honey.
Try not to personalize
You, honey.
what could be going on with someone else.
Me.
Good luck, have fun. Have a frog. Alright. This week has been rough. I got stood up on 2 different dates and had some really messy feelings with my ex surface. Rough. I feel very unwanted right now. Yeah, that sounds rough. I can understand why you feel unwanted, and it sucks that the ex feelings come up as we're not feeling so great. What if, though, it's not a you thing? What if these two people missed out on meeting an awesome person like you? What if they were not ready to meet you and appreciate what you bring to the table? Try not to personalize what could be going on with someone else. Good luck, have fun, Psych Sensei. You know, like, the reason why I want to put that there is, like, how many times, like, do we in conversation or in passing or everyday life where something could be going on with somebody else, or somebody could be in their own world, not noticing or understanding or seeing what they're doing, but then we personalize all those things to ourselves. Like, if we were only better, or whatever, or something, but really, it's not us. They're just in their own thing right now, being oblivious or not being ready for it, and it's nothing to do with you. But what if it's just with that other person? But because you're looking for a solution, or you're looking for a simple A to B, that's where you go to. It must be me. And you know that could be true because it rhymes. So you can take that to the bank. I think it's really interesting when, or in general, just think about it, like how often do we personalize these things that have nothing to do with us? I was talking to somebody recently, and she was like, so they had just gotten out of a relationship, and they're like, you know what? I wish my ex would have told me, instead of saying like, it's not you, the classics, right? It's not you, it's me. I'm not ready for this thing. You're amazing, but I just can't do this relationship right now. Kind of like, maybe it has flavors of this getting stood up kind of thing and personalizing it to me. And they said, you know what? I really wish instead they told me, like, you're fat, or like, you're this, you play too much games, or like, your job is too serious, or something. You know, something tangible that they could fix, you know? But then I proposed to them, okay, what would you do if you fixed everything, you went to the gym, you got really skinny, you did all the things, and then they're still just like, it's not working out for me? What would you do then? And she just kind of looked at me. And I was like, well, the reason I ask you this question is because, like, although you want something tangible to change, what if what they're saying is absolutely correct? They're just not ready yet. And that feels bad. That feels fucking bad. I'm not going to say that doesn't feel bad, because, like, you want something to focus on, you want something tangible. But what if there isn't anything tangible and it's not a thing you can change? And I think that's the hard thing about relationships and people in general, but just to think, what if for a moment it wasn't your fault? Other times it totally could be your fault, and you're like, oh my god, and they tell you, like, this is what you did wrong, but, like, what if it wasn't your fault? How'd that change things? Send. Rush that right over, my dear. Alright, what else you got for the Psych Sensei, baby? Oh, hey, I discovered Rowan's theme this morning. I was a bit stressed about some new things, but I put this on loop and I watched it all the way. I am listening to my own soundtrack. So if you're here for the Kind Word soundtrack, I'm sorry. That's not what we got. We are playing royalty-free lo-fi. Because if not, YouTube yells at me. Alright. This week has been rough. Okay, no, we've been down already. I wish they would just, like, exit the next one. Okay, si os gusta el rol, quiero que os... Dude, I'm not gonna try. I got, like, a C- in Spanish. Good luck. Good. Oh my god. Hello. Favor. I need a favor. Something... Que le guste. I think they like something. Tanto with me for... talk day something. I'm sorry. I know I cannot. I wish. Okay, we're back. I'm sorry. I cannot speak Spanish. I can read it kinda, but I got a C-. I passed barely. Alright. It's felt hard to be a human recently. Like saying the correct things to have a good social interaction moment, or just to socialize in general. I don't know if it's being neurodivergent or what, but peopling has been so exhausting. Peopling. I like that one. I don't know if it's being neurodivergent or not. Peopling. Low-key, I'm gonna quote that. That's such a funny quote. I'm doing it right now. That is so funny. Today's letter, lols. A real quote from a real letter. It was what? IDK if it's being neurodivergent or what, but peopling has been so exhausting. Do I feel this? I feel this. Word. Dude, that's so funny. That's so funny. Absolutely. Okay, I feel like it's hard. Okay, It's felt hard to be a human recently, like saying the correct things to have a good social interaction moment, or just to socialize in general. I don't know if I don't know if it's being neurodivergent or what, but peopling has been so exhausting. Dude, I feel this. People can be so much. Okay, real question though. Perhaps the question is okay. Although peopling can be a lot, maybe the question is, what do you want to get out of the interaction? It sounds like what may tire you out is that you're not sure what you want to get, what type of interaction you want to have. It almost seems like you are just doing it to do it. To do it? That's what I'm thinking. Kind of sounds like I'm just doing this interaction to do this interaction, but it doesn't sound like it's an interaction that I really want to do. It's fine if you don't, but it sounds like these interactions take a lot out of you, and maybe dreading them adds to the drainage. What could make these interactions more enjoyable? Good luck, have fun. Psych. Sensei. Have a frog. I have so many stickers now. I'm not gonna lie, I have so many stickers. Okay. Like, I think that's part of it, right? Like, I've felt so... it's felt hard to be human recently. Like, saying the correct things to have a good social interaction moment, or just socialize in general. The reason why, like, I said what I said was like, okay, if the purpose is to have a good social interaction or just to socialize in general, it doesn't sound like this person really wants to socialize. So it could be like, okay, I'm curious now. What is a good social interaction? Like, what defines good for you? And like, what are you trying to get out of that interaction? Like, are you just trying to talk and then bounce? Are you trying to connect with this person? Are you trying to be curious about this person? Like, I'm not sure what a good social interaction is. Is it just trying to be like not cringe or awkward? I don't know what that means. So maybe by thinking what you want to get out of these interactions, or what you're looking for, or what you would like to have in these interactions, maybe being a little more intentional, and that might make the interactions more bearable and enjoyable, and then you're wanting to do them instead of I have to, because, you know, just to socialize in general seems like the I have to do this is what normal humans do, but I don't really want to do it. So let's go back to the purpose, you know, of what this interaction is supposed to be. So I wrote, dude, I feel this. People can be so much. Although peopling can be a lot, maybe the question is, what do you want to get out of the interaction? It sounds like what may tire you out is that you're not sure what type of interaction you want to have. It almost seems like you're just doing it to do it. It sounds like these interactions take a lot out of you, and maybe dreading adds to the drainage. Because, I mean, you know, it takes energy to, like, hate something and think about it, be anxious about it, and then it takes energy to do it, so, like, a double whammy of energy usage or seepage, per se. What could make these interactions more enjoyable? I don't know. But again, reconnecting that purpose. Good luck, have fun. Psych Sensei. Have a frog. Rush this right over, please. You can count on me to deliver this letter. Thank you, dear. Okay. Where's this X? I'm so sad. I see everyone at TwitchCon, and it looks so fun, you know? I wish I was there, too. But then again, I'm not sure if I could afford it. It's so expensive. Alright. Next one. We got this. We're crushing. My bro, who is 42, and I have an estranged relationship with... Okay, relationship period. Emailed me and my family about... Bought plane ticket for 8 a.m. on Friday, but I worked at 6 a.m. so he expects my mom or dad, who has dementia, to drive him to the airport. He's done this before too. It sounds like your brother of 42 years of age does not want to live very long. That's just a morbid joke, because I mean, like, they got parents that they have dementia. They expect him to drive him to the airport. I mean, like, why? Like, okay, so there's a couple of layers here for me, right? Like, okay, the first layer is like, if this person is estranged from the family, right? Why? What happened? And then, like, if you're emailing each other about taking a ride to the airport, I don't know about you, but I live in, like, LA, right? And so, like, if you are in LA and your plane leaves at 8 or whatever, or he bought tickets at 8, and then you know, that's, I'm hoping this is not the day of. I'm hoping this is like before the day, you know? But already, okay, you're estranged, you sending messages via email, and then the brother expects you, who's estranged, or mom and dad who have dementia, to drive him to the airport. We're just happy that they're here, honestly. I mean, I feel like there's bigger issues here. I mean, he's done this before too, so it sounds like a pattern of behavior. Like, I really don't know how to answer this. My snap knee reaction is like, why didn't he just call an Uber? And maybe a small town number Uber, but like, it's interesting to me that if they're estranged, they still call when they need something. Like a ride to the airport. You know what I mean? Isn't that weird? Like, just ponder with me. Like, if you're estranged from somebody, in my head, something must have happened for y'all to be estranged, thus strain the relationship, right? Or, morbid joke, maybe it's more so with the mom and the dad that he's upset with, but they forget because they got dementia, so it's like, I don't know what's here. But at the same time, what I do remember from dementia research and stuff in school is that, like, even though they may not remember things in general, and it does, like, degrade from, like, newest to oldest information, I think, though, if you didn't like the person with dementia, I mean, if you had dementia and you didn't like someone, you'd still remember that you don't like the feeling of being around this person. Because even, like, those other videos I've seen with people with dementia, and they have, like, those lucid moments where they, like, come to, like, oh, yeah, I know who you are. You know, like, those last moments of The Notebook. I do remember seeing this video when they're like, oh, don't call me mom. Because that was the kid, it was like a mother and a daughter. She's like, don't call me mom. It makes you feel uncomfortable when you call me mom. But I know that you like me. And I know that I like you. And I feel very comfortable around you. I just don't know who you are. You know, and it was really sad to watch this moment. And she's, yes, mom, you're my mom. And she's like, don't call me mom. Stop calling me mom. You're getting me really upset. But I like you. But she didn't put that as her daughter. So even if this is true, I feel like mom and dad may still like him, but something happened that makes him estranged. Maybe he doesn't like the parents, but he likes them enough to, like, call for help. I just really have more questions with this one. Like, why? Why is he doing this? Interesting. Okay, maybe we reply. The dick thing I want to reply is, has he heard of Uber? But Let's see. Man, that sounds confusing. And this sounds, this also sounds super messy. I'm confused that even though he is estranged, he still calls you and your family for help. I would think that if the relationship is bad, he wouldn't call or bother y'all. How come you think, how come, what do you think, or why do you think he still comes around even if there are bad feelings between y'all? Good luck! Have fun! Psych Sensei. Dude, that's a rough one, man. Like, that's so confusing. I would think if you don't like someone or whatever, that they wouldn't come around or call you for help. You know, like, that to me is an interesting situation. That don't make no sense to me. That make no sense to me. Alright. I'm in a state of anxiety. Anxiety and confusion. Can I give you a little encouragement? I am in a... Can I give you... I'm also very confused. I'm in a state of anxiety and confusion. I think they are confused. Are they asking or giving help? Encouragement. I don't know. Alright. It's a bit funny. This feeling inside. Elton John. It's a bit funny to admit, but has anyone else grew up on the internet? I was given an iPad right when I was a baby, and I spent a lot of time online despite going outside in school and stuff. It sort of mentally changed me. I've been doing a lot better as a teen, though. Any iPad kids in the chat? Any iPad kids, bro? Any iPad kids in the chat? Like, what? I never grew up on an iPad. I grew up on a Game Boy, maybe, but then, like, Game Boys back in the day had required 4 AA batteries, and that's a lot of batteries, and, like, when they died, that shit was expensive. Grew up on the internet only when I was, like, high school, middle school, maybe. Middle school was, like, texting, basically. It was, like, AIM, Instant Messenger, when you just, like, go home and, like, Instant Messenger your friends, like, Discord your friends. That's basically what we had. But, yeah, I never had the internet like this, like, in front of me all the time. I'm interested, though, for you iPad babies. Like, what was it like? How do you think being raised on the internet or an iPad really affected you or stunted you or maybe helped you? I don't know. That wasn't my experience. So, like, how do you think iPads affected you in your life? I'm curious. And I can ask the same things. Huh. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'm curious now. What have you know, or how do you think being an iPad kid has affected the way you see the world and what's in front of you? What has been the biggest challenge transitioning away from your iPad to live in the world and live in the physical world. Also, what do you find yourself gravitating towards on the internet? Perhaps by thinking about these things can give you more insight into you, into yourself. Amazing awareness. Good luck, have fun. Have a frog. Alright. It's a bit funny to admit, but as anyone else grew up on the internet, I was given an iPad right when I was a baby, and I spent a lot of time online despite going outside and school stuff. It sort of mentally changed me. I've been doing a lot better as a teen, though. That's interesting. I'm curious now, how do you think being an iPad kid has affected the way you see the world and what's in front of you? What's been the biggest challenge transitioning away from your iPad and living in the physical world? Also, what do you find yourself gravitating towards on the internet? Because I'm thinking, like, dude, if you're on the internet chronically, is there sites or things that you find yourself trying to look at and look for? Because I think that also, like, the internet is really interesting because, like, there's everything and anything and everything. But what's more interestingly, it's a tool, kind of, and, like, what are you using this tool for? That's the kind of thing I'm thinking about. Send it right over. Alright. Why am I introverted even online now? It feels like I just experienced a reverse between online and IRL. Now I'm more extroverted IRL because it feels as if there isn't a whole community watching me in a server or something. This is fascinating. Why am I introverted even online now? It feels like I've just experienced a reverse online between online and IRL. Now I am more extroverted IRL because it feels as if there's just isn't a whole community watching me in a server or something. Whoa, that's wild. I wonder how many other people feel like this. Well, I mean, I wonder too if they care more about the people in the server or online and how other people online perceive them versus IRL. That's fascinating. I do think, though, it is definitely the invisible audience thing going on with the whole community watching me in a server. I wonder if they're referring to them like the server is like a school server or like a server they spend a lot of time in where they really care about the people in there, how they think about them. That's interesting. But at the same time, they're saying, like, I don't really care in real life, which is good and bad, you know? But yeah, it seems to me that this person, what they're saying is once they care a little bit more about maybe what people think about them and how people perceive them, they become less extroverted and become more introverted because they're afraid to be seen. That's my hypothesis. But the bigger one is, like, what are they afraid of? That's the bigger thing, you know? Like, what are they afraid of? So, let's do our best. That sounds interesting. It sounds like, I wonder if you become more introverted introverted. No, thank you. Yo, let's go. Alright. I wonder if you become more introverted online because you care more about what others may think about you there, or if you care about your online relationships more than your IRL ones. It seems it may be because when you care more about what people, care more about how people might perceive you, it may be because when you care more about how people might perceive you, you may become more guarded and introverted, thus reducing the chance that people may judge you. I wonder how you would feel if you were more secure in yourself or relationships. And how this would affect your extroversion. Good luck. Have fun. Good luck, have fun, Psych Sensei. Have a frog. Alright. Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Like, and I guess the interesting question back to you would be, do you find yourself being more extroverted or introverted with a certain group of people? May they be online or offline or IRL or whatever? And if so, what makes you introverted or extroverted? Or what makes you feel comfortable or uncomfortable being around these groups of people? And how does that affect your interactions with them? Or your focus or presence with them? Because I can imagine if somebody is feeling more introverted around a certain group of people, my guess would be that they're thinking more about themselves and may feel more awkward around this group of people, versus if someone's just being extroverted or themselves or being comfortable or open, how that might change the dynamic between that relationship. Or, like I said, at the end of this one I said, if you're more secure in yourself or your relationships, because if you're more secure in yourself and who you are, what you like, what you don't like, what you stand for, your values, your beliefs, those things, then I would assume that you would be even keeled in both scenarios. You wouldn't be like extroverted in one, introverted in others. You'd be pretty much the same because you're secure in who you are and the relationships that you have, so you wouldn't be putting on a different mask or show in front of these people, you know what I mean? Because you feel safe and secure in yourself and the relationship. So, why am I introverted? Why am I introverted even online now? It feels like I'm just experiencing a reverse between online and IRL. Now I'm more extroverted IRL because it feels like there isn't a whole community watching me in a server or something. I mean, that's big data right there. Alright, so I said, that sounds interesting. I wonder if you become more introverted online because you care more about what others may think about you there, or if you care about your online relationships more than your IRL ones. It may be because when you care more about how people might perceive you, you might be more guarded and introverted, thus reducing the chance that people may judge you. I wonder how you would feel if you were more secure in yourself or your relationships, and how this would affect your intro/extroversion. Good luck. Have fun. Psych Sensei. Send that right over, baby. Alright, I think we have time for like a couple more. Holy! Wow. What a one to end on. Not end on. I guess I have lots of time. What are you talking about? Jesus. It's 38. I thought that was closer to 8. Okay. Eventually, everyone will get sick of me and sick of me not getting better, and they will leave. That's my fear. It's already happening. That BPD self-fulfilling prophecy. I wish I was dead. Oh my god. You know, borderline, okay, the really rough things about personality disorders, because I'm guessing that BPD they're saying is borderline personality disorder. The rough thing about personality disorders is that, like, there's no cure. You know, like, that's part of your personality. These are traits of your personality that you just have to kind of manage or be aware that you're doing, and then do something different, which I think is really challenging because that's your natural inclination to do things in your personality. Rough. But I really do think also that this mindset of everyone gets sick of me and I'm not getting better, and then they're gonna leave, and that's my fear, but it's already happening, and it's because of my personality. I wish I was dead. I don't wish you were dead. I'm sorry that this is what you're going through. It sounds really rough. I wonder though, I think, okay, the thing about borderline personality disorder that's really hard is that relationships are really, really intense when you're in a relationship with a person with borderline personality disorder. Even the therapy is like really, really intense. And part of it too is like you're either really, really good or you're really, really bad. Or you're really cool or you're like shit. There's like these two extremes of a relationship typically. And so I think what's really, really hard is that like this person must be experiencing like the loss of relationships because of the intensity of them, or their experience of the intensity of them, and then people aren't used to it and then like bounce. DBT is really good for people. Dialectic. Oh my god. By something therapy. I can't remember the word right now. But basically, they think of this type of therapy helps them think of like, or balance the possibility that it's not because you're terrible, or it's you didn't fuck up, or like they don't think about this in their head, or they don't think this about you, or when they said this, could they have meant something else? For example, they didn't text me goodnight. Okay, could it have been that they just fell asleep? No, they hate me. Okay. What makes you so sure that they hate you? Because they didn't text me goodnight, and that means that I'm terrible, and that blah, blah, blah. Like, whoa, let's slow down. There's a lot of other things that could have happened that doesn't mean that they hate you, but they just could have forgotten or something, you know? So, we can try. Alright. Eventually, everyone will get sick of me. And sick of me not getting better. And they'll leave. That's my fear. Let's start with that. That's a strong fear. Okay. I'm kind of interested on the other side. Process BPD is important, especially for someone with BPD to Understand that everything might not be your fault. Also, if you're scared of people leaving you, I wonder how your fear affects your behavior that might trigger, quote unquote, I put that in quotes because, like, they probably don't, but I'm just using their own words. I bet because you fear being alone so much, you might do things subconsciously to make your fear come true. I'm sure if you what if you were kind to yourself? I wonder what you would attract. Good luck. Have fun. Psych Sensei. Have a frog. Yeah, that's a rough one. BPD is a hard diagnosis, man. It is. I mean, personality disorders in general is a hard diagnosis, but borderline especially. Alright. Eventually, everyone will get sick of me, and sick of me not getting better, and they'll leave. That's my fear. It's already happening. That BPD self-fulfilling prophecy. I wish I was dead. Man, what a strong statement, okay? And so I said, that's a strong fear. What is it like to be kind to yourself and your healing process? The reason I say that is because, like, if they get stuck here, always inject some kindness, some self-love, because I wonder if, like, they feel so unlovable. But sometimes, honestly, maybe starting with yourself and how you feel and loving yourself, and then you attract other people, you know? It is important, especially for someone with BPD, to understand that everything might not be your fault. Why I say that's really important is because they're really, through this, even this like 3 sentence thing, is that, like, they're really attributing everything that's terrible because of them. And it may not be. Just like our first letter, it may not be completely up to you, but because you're owning it all, it feels even more terrible, and you're missing the truth with the untruth, you know? Also, if you're scared of people leaving you, I wonder how your fear affects your behavior that might trigger people leaving you. I bet because you fear being alone so much, you might do things subconsciously to make your fear come true? I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe. It's a logical conclusion. I wonder what you would attract. Okay. What if you were kinder to yourself? I wonder what you would attract. Good luck. Have fun. Psych Sensei. Have a frog. Alright. Rush that right over, baby. That's a rough one, man. That is a rough one. BPD. Oof. Oh no. Crying right now. I self-reflect so much to be a better person. I just broke up with someone, but he kept hurting me through his actions and words. He meant no harm, he says, but he never said sorry and gave excuses. He was the mature one in our relationship. I feel like I'm the issue. What? Oh, I wish I could give this person a hug. I just broke up with someone I love, but he kept hurting me through his actions and words. I bet you he cheated on them. That's all my to go. They cheated. He meant no harm. He says he never said, he meant no harm, he says. Which means... Okay, another thing I heard that's like kind of like a flavor of this is if someone says like, I never meant to hurt you. Sorry. Hurting you was the last thing I wanted to do. But it's like, oh, but you still wanted to do it. Just the last thing. Rough. But I mean, even by reading what they say, that right, I just broke up with someone I love, but he kept hurting me through his actions and words. Okay, then they say he meant no harm. He says, he never said, he says, okay, but he meant no harm. But I mean, if his action and his words keep hurting you, then that second little thing doesn't really make any sense. Okay, but I mean, let's use grammar. He said no, he meant no harm, he said, but, okay, so let's cross out the but, and just go with, he never said sorry and gave excuses. Which is a continuation through the actions and words he hurt you. He was the mature one in the relationship. I'm glad you use quotations for mature. That doesn't sound very mature. I feel like I'm the issue. Why? Alright, I got this. It's funny. Even you say he hurt you with his words and actions, and then he never said sorry or sorry with excuses. And like, okay, let's be real. The word but should never come with a sorry, or like a preference of like why I hurt you doesn't need to be part of the sorry. You know, like, listen babe, I'm sorry, but by grammar you just take the but out and it's whatever, you know, you say afterwards that I'm really listening to. I'm sorry, but I was really busy and they meant nothing to me and I was drunk, you know, like, okay, but all those things like that's not a sorry. You're just saying stuff now. The sorry is, listen, I'm sorry, period. I was wrong, period. What I did was really fucked up, period. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Or like, I'm sorry that you felt hurt. No. Incorrect. I'm sorry that I hurt you, period. Flat out. Like, there is no explanations for a sorry. It literally, a sorry and apology is, I was an asshole. I acknowledge the things that I did to you. This is what you didn't like. I want to change this in the future. How can I make this better? I know they're going to be upset. Like, that's it. That is it. And here's the worst part. Saying sorry isn't supposed to feel good. Like, it's going to feel terrible. But that's part of it. And you got to own that as the party who's in the wrong. Saying sorry, like, you just gotta own that this person who you're apologizing to may still be upset and hurt at you, and that's the right. Even after you say sorry, even after you apologize, listen, those are words, which are great. That's a great fucking start. But at the same time, what are the actions that you're doing to show that you're actually remorseful, that you're actually sorry, that you're actually trying to repair? Like, those, my friends, is the most important thing. So, sorry's half of it. But then, again, if we say sorry and I'm going to change and I'm going to do these things in the future and then you don't, then those words mean absolutely nothing. So, man. Apologies, man. And at the same time, like, if you think about it, like that thing builds trust, right? Like if you say sorry and you give excuses, like we're breaking trust again. And at the end of the day, relationships are about trust and safety. And how can I make sure this person that I'm in a relationship, maybe a one-on-one, maybe a team, maybe mom and dad, whatever, how can you ensure that the person that you're around or in relationship always feels safe and secure around you? And if not, this is what happens. You get hurt, you don't believe somebody, and then they gaslight you apparently into thinking you're the issue. Well, this is kind of snarky. Oh my god, that's a rough one. Have a frog. Okay, this is what I wrote back. Like, this is kind of hard. This sounds so messy. There's probably so many layers here with, like, hurt, emotions, excuses, no apologies, and I feel like I'm the issue. I don't know, where'd you get that from? You know, did you get it from him? Did he tell you that? And if so, bro, like, can you trust what he says? So, this is what I wrote. Alright. It's funny. You say he hurt you with his words and actions and then never said sorry or sorry with excuses? That doesn't seem very mature. What makes you think that you're in the wrong or the issue? If that's what he told you, how can you trust what he says if you said he kept hurting me through his words and his actions? Huh? Like, if you're saying you don't trust what he's saying, how can you believe that you're the issue if he says so? It sounds like it might be hard to trust what he says and does. Period. Not a question mark. Period. What is a better sense of reality you can ground yourself in? Because it sounds like she's living in Crazy Town. Or living in somewhere that, like, may be loosely based on a reality, but it may not be the reality. Especially if you can't trust what he's saying or present the reality that he's presenting to you. If you can't trust it, what's a better, concrete, objectable reality that you can trust? And then we can go from there. But it sounds like you're living in the funhouse mirror place, man. What's real? Send. Honestly, man, like, it's crazy how, like, gaslighting works, or, like, you believe what somebody is saying and then you don't trust a true reality because if this person is saying things that make sense to me and I'm trapped in their house or I'm trapped in the relationship and I like them, and I assume that if they like me too, why would they do things that hurt me, you know? Scary. Aw, this game makes me feel so unbelievably comforted and warm. I love you guys. I hope you are doing okay. Thanks, baby. I hate saying things that come true because it usually means something bad has happened. What? Do you have the death note? Oh, yeah. Alright. I hate saying things that come true because it usually means something bad has happened. Okay, wait. It sounds like you have a superpower here. If that's true, what if we did the opposite too? Like, it sounds like you're really foreseeing, or you're, I'll keep it here. It sounds like you're really foreseeing, or it really sounds like you're focusing on the oh no's badness of the thing happening. But if you have this superpower, I wonder if it also works the other way, where if you angled that beam and focused on good things, would that also happen? This one, right? Oh shit, where'd it go? Yeah. I wonder if this one, you know, like, if that's true, if you really focused on good things, would those also happen to you? Because your brain is like the most amazing Google that you can ever find. And what I mean by that is it's like a search bar, your focus and attention. Like, whatever you put into that search bar, your brain is going to look for and find. So for example, like if you set it on, oh no, this bad thing is going to happen, and you perseverate on it, all you're thinking about is that bad thing happening and what's going to happen and what it's going to look like and how it's going to feel, and then the bad thing happens because that's what we're looking for. But how often, on the other hand, do we set our Google search bar focus to find good things? Even in our games or our daily things, our lives, you know, there's gratitude exercises that help you really focus on that thing that you're really grateful for, or you're looking forward to. But at the same time, I don't think that's maybe gets beat out of us, but that's not a natural thing that people do, is look for the positives. So I think for this person, if you can acknowledge that you make the bad things happen, that must mean, on the other hand, you must make good things happen too, if you look for them, or if you do them. So, I think that's the angle here. That sounds like an amazing superpower. But have you? If what you're saying is true, what do you think would happen if you focus on finding and thinking about good things you want to happen? I bet you those things would come true too. After all, you know what they say. We often find good luck. Have fun. Psych. Have a frog. Alright. I hate saying this. I hate saying things that come true, because it usually means something bad has happened. I really hate saying things that come true, because it usually means something bad has happened. I mean, it has the same kind of vibe of like, I don't have any expectations, because if I have expectations and I let myself down, that like MJ from like Spider-Man 2 vibes. But at the same time, like if you expect bad, or was it, I expect bad things, because when good things happen, it's a nice surprise. But at the same time, by that same logic, if you expect bad things, then you've already set your focus on finding bad things, and it's harder for the good things to be found or happen, you know, or to attract them or whatever. But all right, what I said is, that sounds like an amazing superpower. If what you're saying is true, the converse of your statement must also be true. What do you think would happen if you focused on finding and thinking about good things you want to happen? I bet you those things would come true too. After all, you know what they say, we often find what we're looking for. Good luck, have fun. Psych Sensei. Alright, I think we have time for one more letter. One more letter. Take us on a ride. Oh my god. I don't know if it's me, but I feel like since the last time I opened up this game, these letters have gotten a little bit more unhinged. And I mean, I'm here for it, but what is going on with the world that we're living in? Anyone understand that quote? Got with that quote? Alright. I keep thinking I'm gonna die. There's no reason to think this. As far as I can tell, I'm physically healthy, but my brain won't shut up. I don't know why. I wish it would stop. I'm terrified of death. I don't want to die. I don't even want to think about dying. Then just do the opposite. Think about life. Choose life. Choose life. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The older you get, the more you think about death and how you're gonna die and how it's gonna feel. Because I mean, I think the shitty thing, unless you're really young and death is happening around you, your grandparents or whatever, I think the older that you get, you see more people die or know more people that die. And it's weirder when people your age start dying. I think that's really weird. I think it is scary because, I mean, maybe it might be the greatest anxiety because nobody knows where you go. Nobody knows or has proof of where you go. You know, and the process doesn't look great all the time. I think people are associated, it's scary, it's sad, people are angry. There's a lot of emotions with death. But I can only imagine what it's like when you can't stop thinking about it. I don't know what to say. I mean, I might just skip that one and we go on. We go next. That's a rough one. Okay, maybe this is a little more manageable. Okay, since I lost my job, I've just become so angry. I'm getting to the point where I feel like I should just be by myself for a bit until I can get some real therapy back. Yeah, therapy good. I like therapy. Like, I hate being so mean, but I kind of hate everything right now. You know what they say, peeps? Hurt people, baby. I apologize when I'm wrong, but it's more and more. Yeah, you know what they say. Also, sad, angry, and hurt are always connected. I wonder, although anger is coming out, what is beneath beneath that anger? Could it be something else? If so, what? Also, it sounds you're going through right now, and beating yourself up only might make you angry. Be here, right now, with whatever you feel. Do so. This pre-work could help you straighten your thoughts for when you're ready to go to therapy. Good luck, have fun. Psych Sensei. Have a frog. Okay. Since I lost my job, I've become so angry. I'm getting to the point where I feel like I should just be by myself for a bit. I'm getting to the point where I feel like I should just be by myself for a bit until I can get some real therapy back. Word. Like, I hate being so mean, but I kind of hate everything right now. Fair. I apologize when I'm wrong, but it's more and more. Alright. You know what they say, hurt people hurt people. Also, sadness, anger, and hurt are always connected. I wonder, although anger is coming out, what is beneath that anger? Could it be something else? If so, what? It sounds like you're going through a lot, it sounds like you're going through a rough time right now, and beating yourself up might only make you more angry. Be here, right now, with whatever you feel. You have permission to do so. This pre-work could also strain your thoughts for when you're ready to go back to therapy. Good luck. Have fun. Psych Sensei. Yeah, that's a rough one. I think sometimes too, when you're in that state of mind, it's so hard to be okay with what you're feeling and you want to feel something else. But at the same time, by trying to rush through the process, it doesn't always give you the results you want. And maybe you skip some steps, and then maybe you healed, maybe you didn't, and then you're one small inconvenience away from going back to that hurt, sad, angry place, you know? So really sticking through the process, understanding where this is coming from, and then moving forward, I think is always the best. Whew! You know, we definitely went some places today, and I'm glad that it wasn't like yesterday with all those other stuffs that happened. So, great letters today. Really made me think. What I really like about this game is that it really helps me think about, like, man, in a short amount of words, to get a picture of what somebody is going through, and then to be curious about what they might be experiencing, and then what I could offer them, you know, from my perspective, or just a third person. It's really interesting. But if you would like to do some kind words with me, visit my website, psychsensei.com, and fill out a free consultation form, and you and I can sit down together, see what's kind of going on, and see where we could get going. Also, on my website, psychsensei.com, you can find all of the resources or links to everything from my Discord, my LinkedIn, my TikTok, my Facebook, my Instagram, whatever, all those things. So please visit my website, psychsensei.com. Give me a follow on YouTube or Twitch, where you're catching me from, or X or whatever. That'd be great. I would like to keep going. But I hope y'all have a good weekend. Maybe I'll throw in a stream somewhere just for funsies. But if not, I'll be back again Monday, 10:30. Casey and I will be back for Minded Munchies. I still have to make the backgrounds, damn. But see you there for, I believe we're talking cognitive endurance. So if you want to learn more about cognitive endurance and how you can do that in gaming with nutrition and mindfulness stuff, I'll see you there at 10:30. But if not, please be safe. Be warm, I guess. Now it's getting a little colder. Love you. Take it easy. Remember, stronger mental wins. Love you. Bye!